is nothing feels like success. And actually, I believe that success is something that we all chase, but sometimes is that very thing that actually blinds us. Today, with three of the most successful minds in basketball, we will explore what happens after you win. And this is the way that I would like to start. So, when you hear this phrase, nothing feels like success, what's the first memory or feeling that comes to your mind? Dimitris, I would like to start with you.
Well, what it comes to my mind is like lots of times we're fooling ourselves. By saying that is like we're chasing something. We believe that we succeed, but actually we're being trapped. And if we cannot handle the success or whatever is being defined as a success, it might be our biggest trap and it might be our biggest failure. Or on the contrary, what is failure from the majority might be the motivation. I would say that in this life, being alive and being creative and doing and chasing your dream, it is a success. Evolving every day, it is a success. Learn and be an open-minder so you can get something from you, for Pablo, or from Xavi, or from every attendance over here, it is a success. You know, lots of times, outside, it seems like they know better of what your gods are saying. So they want to judge you. You said one of the first things that don't judge. Don't do that. You're going to be judged. It looks like others, they know better for you what is success and what is failure. For me, after being around 30 years in this great sports of basketball, I found my success in being able to get information, knowledge, and to evolve with the people I have around. Obviously, everybody will see the trophy and will count. He has 3, I have 2, he has 5, whatever it is, the titles. But what is the journey? What is the friendship? What is the days and the nights that we have spent in front of the video to find the solution? And my success is, as I said, all the knowledge I'm gaining, and I'm still having light. My tank is not yet empty, so I want to learn, the process of learning.
Thank you, Dimitris. Pablo, how about you? What's the first personal memory or
Dimitris said, success a lot of times, and he didn't talk about winning. He said Pablo won, Xavi won, so for him success, it was a word involving a lot of things. For me also, despite that in sport, you want to win, for sure. After that, I will talk about success and I will talk about self-success. Because a lot of times, people is worried about what Dimitris think about Pablo's job. Very success, because Dimitris, no. And a lot of times, maybe Dimitris doesn't like what I do, but I'm very happy. So my self-success, it's full. So I don't need his, I don't know how to say it in English, in Spanish is, no necesito tu aprobación. I don't need your, let's say, your approbation. Yeah, I don't need you to approve what I'm doing. That's why I like to talk a lot about self-success. Same way that I talk, for example, to my players about self-motivation. For sure, coaches, we want to motivate our players to compete, to play, to do this, blah, 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 blah. And we're talking a lot of times about motivations. But for me, a lot of times, that self-motivation is very important also, for example, in your players. That's why success, motivation, they're words that are very important that you take it into your own. That way, you will feel complete, compare of just being complete because, what I said, Dimitris or Xavi think, okay, Pablo is very good. Okay, maybe they're not. I don't want to do something just because I will get his approval. I will do it because I feel full of it. Not because Dimitris say, Pablo is a great coach. For sure, I would like to, but I'm not doing my job just because.
Later on, I will ask you, what is that special thing that makes you feel so sure about that? Yeah. But let's keep the question for later on. Xavi.
For me, I think as a coaches, we have to be clear that we have 4 levels of the definition of success. For me, the lowest level is, and the most important, what do you feel about yourself? Because how you feel after the season, about what you did, the improvement of the players, how according of the level of the team that you had, you achieve one position or another position, how the game that you want to do, it works or not. This is the lowest level. After that, there is one second level that is the opinion of the persons that are important for you. This, sometimes all the coaches, we have 1, 2, 3 persons in the world that we listen. Because coaches, we became stupid and we don't like to listen to the truth. But I suggest to everybody that at least 1, 2, 3 persons to keep in your life that they can speak straight with you. And to really to trust them and really general. That particularly me, I don't give a shit about this 3rd level at all. I don't need nobody to tell me if I am great. I don't need nobody to tell me if I am wrong. For me, it's not important at all. This is why I'm out of social medias or things like this, because for me, this is not so important. Just, I know my job, that is try to make happy to all the fans of the club that I'm working with, but nothing else. And the 4th level is the objective things. Let's say, if you win 1 trophy, okay, this is success. If you win something, this is success. So I think as a coaches, we have to be clear and to don't mix up these kind of things. Because if we mixed up is when we can become arrogant, because everybody start to say how good coach you are incredible, blah, blah, blah. Or opposite, you can go down if somebody says something wrong to you. So I think it's very important to have these 4 levels, always understanding this for your life.
You have all won at the highest level. What is something that success took away?
I would like not to speak with the medias. I would like to do the same, but not to be, because I don't like. And this is my privacy. I don't like to lose it. This is the worst for me that I have in my job. I would like that I will walk in the street and nobody knows me. But unfortunately, it's not like this. It's part of the job. But if I have to say something that I lose, it's my privacy.
If I read, and it was funny because my answer was like, yes, I read. But and I love to read articles and things. And I always, everything that I read, I translate it into basketball. Can I use it? So a lot of times, the feeling of your mind is into basketball and probably chilling. But then he told me, I was working because I have some phone calls, blah, blah, blah. Okay. For him, maybe the best thing would have been, I'm not doing nothing. So this is a little bit, I think, what Xavi means with privacy. I think it's important to understand that privacy, it's a little bit on anyone. People can be more family thing, his kids, his hobbies, or his just time, his sparing time. And at the end for us, it's like yesterday it was off, but it was not off. You're working, trying to get this player. It's very difficult that you find that privacy for yourself.
Well, I would agree with both of them, and I just want to add and actually talk to the audience that pretty much you got to be ready to lose your privacy and you got to be ready to lose your free time. So for you that you're now starting building something, like you need to reconsider or consider. But that's at the same time colleagues. So I would say that for sure it took away a time with my family. It took away moments that you have to be a husband, a father, a son,
A friend?
a brother,
Don't continue.
Okay. I stop here, but it takes a lot, because our mind, the coach's mind, cannot be elsewhere, even when it's summertime. Is progressively thinking about how you're going to build a team. Even if you build a team, how you're going to play the best basketball, how you're going to do this practice, that practice, what is more effective, what we can do the next days. If I may put it like this, like we never stop of thinking with strategized way of thinking. We always strategize things. Even when you go outside, you strategize where you're going to put your friend, how we're going to sit. Everything is in this gym we are over here now. She can sing the anthem of Panathinaikos. She followed basketball, and I'm happy that she was sitting down there for all these years. She became actually an spectator, but at the same time a kid that grew up on this society. Basketball is also a society, right? I talked before about the synergy. It taught us a lot of things. So I'm proud I'm part of this.
But this is in general for our job. But talking about success, okay, because everybody's working somehow and everybody's losing the time working here, there, that. But about success, there is two kind of personalities. One is that you like very much when you have success, that everybody stop you in the street and say so handsome you are and how incredible you did. And another kind of personality is that we are, and I am in this is what I wanted to say in this second part, that I would like to continue my life and nobody to say anything special, It's, everybody is somehow.
You felt emptier than before. If yes, how did you handle it?
No, empty no.
Listen, after victory, for sure you feel good, but there is always a moment that you stay by yourself and think, okay, and you're happy for a lot of people that you made happy. Players, staff, fans. And there is that little moment, can be 1 minute, can be 5 minutes, can be 10 minutes. And for me, that after the victory, you think and you go like, how happy we are. Good. If it's during the year and you have more games, probably that moment, it's very narrow. It's like, okay, we did this good, let's think about the next one. Okay? I think we have to be a little bit like this to understand our job that way. We won, finished. Tomorrow, who do we play tomorrow? So at the time, we don't, let's say, we don't have the time to enjoy it what we would like. Sunday night, we won, I'm very happy, but I play tomorrow.
Do you give the same amount of time, period of days, whatever that is, after a victory or after a defeat? Let's say, certain amount of days.
I think that is something that depends a little bit on the group that you're managing. Maybe it's even good. We all been here, like sometimes you lose, and the best thing is, let's practice right away. Or you lose and you go like, I have to give them 2 days off to clear their mind. So I think that's something that you manage, but it's also important that for us, we understand that success or that failure on a way that is going to be constructive for the future.
Okay.
After a big win, let's say, it's what I was telling you. You feel proud and you feel happy, not only for you, for sure, but also for the people who are around you.
Is there something that...
After win, all of us, we are working in this because we like to win. So it's the incredible feeling that we can achieve from this job. And particularly, I never feel alone after to win. But sometimes I want to be alone. This is different. After to win and to to feel the flavor of the win alone, let's say.
How did you handle the youngest to ever win a trophy, right, the EuroLeague? How did this impact you?
Impact more for my reputation, let's say, than for myself. Of course, I was the happiest one in the world. Like when both of them, they won EuroLeague, so you feel that there is nothing else, no? You feel that it's the biggest achievement. But just this push you to win again, to prepare yourself for the next one. But actually, I don't remember even one time achieving one trophy that after that I feel alone. But I like my moment. The game in your brains, things like this, but I'm not feeling alone.
Well, I'll tell you this. We're working into a sport that attracts a lot of attention.
That's true.
Either because this gym is going to be full for 20,000 or millions they're going to watch through the TV. But this path we're going is a lot lonely path. It is a lonely path, to my humble opinion. First of all, talking about myself, and I will explain. Obviously, we have a network of many friends that they became through this sport. Friends that you can rely on, friends that you can pick up the phone and at 3 p.m. you can call them and ask them for advice, and that came through this work. But here's the path is lonely. For my humble opinion, and talking about myself, I always need to approach whatever is happening out there, even that's the so-called major success, or an upset, with a moment, as Xavi said, of breathing alone. I want to go to my room. Not good, but that's a motivation. That's why I'm saying is a thin line. Your title, Nothing Fails Like Success, it says a lot. If you cannot handle the success, the glory, or the recognition that you enjoy or you do not enjoy out there, you might be trapped. You might fly, or you might swim to an unknown waters. Phil Jackson used to say to each player that he recruits, you're not done with yourself, then you cannot be a part of the group. The team, it's not an individual sport. This is a team sport. Obviously, you're going to have people that they're going to be exceptional individuals, that you need them, but you need to be a part of the machine. If you do not have done with yourself and put a little bit this narcissism out, because we're all narcissistic, have behavior, and it's not about looking at the mirror and say I'm the most whatever handsome or so. It's about listen and cooperate and being synergized. Closure, I do need my moments. Closure, we've been awarded in front of lights for what we do in closed doors and in shut lines. So allow me to say that what Pablo says, that this is a true story. I hope that Diamantidis will not mind, because we're going to have him in gala dinner tonight, and it's going to be a very surprising moment with Mitso. We were celebrating one of the trophies in Bouzoukia outside, and it was around 6 o'clock. It was the end of the season. We have won all 3 titles, And Mitso comes to me and said, Coach, what are we going to do tomorrow? I said, it's already tomorrow. And he says, yes, but what are we going to do today? I said, we're going to rest, we're going to sleep. He said, but I need to shoot a little bit. So pretty much he was thinking about, okay, this is what brought me to that point. I'm eager to get to the gym and do some more repetitions.
What's a habit or a mindset that success rewarded you throughout the years, but at the end it became a trap? If there is something that started out well,
I can say the first that come to my mind. A lot of, relationships between coaches with success and clubs with success is the problem. Because a lot of times, let's say one club is spending 15 million for one season, and they won the trophy. Next year, maybe they will like to put 14, because they are thinking that in any case they will win. And the coaches sometimes we accept this, and this is a mistake, because when you win, next time to win is double difficult, not easier. It's difficult to repeat. So needs more effort from the club and from the coach, and to go in the same direction. And a lot of times, coaches after success, we accept things that we have to say, no way. If you want this, I have to leave. And this is difficult, for example.
Okay. I don't know. Good question. I have no answer.
Okay.
Why? And I'm going to tell you why. Because I think the question is very good. Because it's difficult to find the trap now. I don't know if I explain it right. It's difficult. For sure it's a trap. But maybe it's too early for us to see it. Maybe when I retire, will you have that question for me and I will tell you, I got trapped on that. But now,
it's too early, maybe.
Maybe too early to recognize the trap.
It could.
Well, I'll tell you that.
It's good.
As you said before, we made proud a lot of people, and that's a part of our job. Fans, family, whoever is a real supporter of the game you're involved with, especially if you're coaching a national team, that's a completely different approach and a feeling when you are singing the and what we analyze over here, what it took me away from. I failed them because I gave promises which I couldn't keep. I made efforts which the 24 hours doesn't allow me to do. I wish to have 48 hours the day, but it doesn't have, so I need to make certain adjustments in 24, and I made a peace with that. But then, and especially when you have multiple tasks, the president of the EuroLeague Head Coaches Board. And apart from those three, I have to be a husband, a father, a son, a friend, and socialize out there. Am I right? That's the biggest trap into. But we're not doing that. Don't get me wrong. We're not doing that. Somebody's been calling you to do that. You're not going to put a gun and says, "Hey, put me to the position to lead." Somebody's wants your skills to lead something. So this is the trap. What I regret the most, and I'm trying to change, is not to fail the people that they trust me, they love me, and they depend also on my presence.
Pablo, have you ever stayed too long with a player or with a strategy because of past success?
No. Today in lunch we were talking about, and I was a player, I only had 2 meetings outside of my office. Okay, I'm going to explain this. Only with 2 players I went out to eat. Even the one that I don't like, they're my players. So I love them from the first day till the last day, for sure. And I think that relationship has to be managed the way it should be managed, that relationship. But that relationship is, you're a coach, you're a player. This is my point. That's why I said that in all my almost 20 years coaching, I only have 2 conversations with players outside of the office. That means I don't get along well with the players? No, I get along very well. But I don't think that we need to have that relationship. I don't want to get into their lives. If they ask me, for sure I will try to help them. But I'm not a guy who wants to give total confidence to my players. For sure I understand them, for sure I will try to help them, but I don't think it's fair that we stay at the same level. I'm coach, for good or bad, I'm sorry, I'm your coach, you're my player, for good or for bad, finish. And okay, on those two conversations, one was very good, the other one was disastrous. It's better than 50%.
Give us some names.
Lips, yeah, okay. One conversation with one player, he wanted to talk to me, and he told me, yeah, but we cannot talk this in the office, because I said, come to my office. And he said, no.
Okay.
We need to go out for dinner. I'm like, I don't go out for dinner with players. Yes, but for what I'm going to tell you, we need to go out. I went out with him, and I'm going to tell you straight what he told me. If they offer me coming to Athens, you have to let me go. Serious. It's not because we're in Athens, but it's true. You know what I told him? I said, you're right. He told me if they offer him coming to Athens, and I said, I will talk to the club and probably, we'll work it out because it's going to be good for you, and I want the best for you. The other one, let's put it this way, he tried to fool me. If you fool me in my office, maybe. Out for dinner, you're not going to fool me. No, we're equal. If you fool me in the office, I'm a coach. Good for you. You're the player, I'm the coach. You fool me. It's part of the job. But if you fool me at lunch, no.
I don't know, it's not exactly the answer, but coaches are coaches, players are players, and we have to take care of the level of communication. For me, there is 4 levels of communication. The first one is when you make one correction in the locker room, in the core, in front of everybody. This is one level of communication. The second level of the communication is when you take the player out of the group, but inside of the core, when you communicate with him private, but in front of everybody. This is the second level. The third level is when somebody comes to your office. That is another level of communication. But the coach is always, we have to play home. If we communicate out in one restaurant, we don't play home. We play in neutral stadium, and we don't need to play in neutral stadium. So the fourth level is if you go somewhere for one coffee, something like this, that me always I try to avoid all my, like Pablo, I try to avoid all my basketball life. But it's important to care about these levels of communications, but to play home always. This is why we are coaches.
Dimitris?
Well, I will probably disappoint them. I don't mind to get in their field. I don't mind to get in their way of thinking, because that's the way I'm going to approach several parts of their life, because, it's not written over here on the forehead, today I had a fight with my wife. Today I'm not in mood to work. Today I'm very happy or so, whatever. So I want to, before I recruit a player, I had to communicate with him a lot how the season will look and what I'm looking for. And then if I have a feeling that this guy or certain player needs a little bit more of a digging into his soul, then I'll do the digging into his soul by breaking the bread, by sharing some private time, and I explain him that that's maybe away a little bit of our field, but still I will lead the conversation where it's to be led, to be discussed. What is the common purpose? We've been in the teams that players, eventually they had a personal agenda. I mean, in general, everybody, and Pablo can say that because he was an elite player in elite teams, playing in elite league, and he was competing. Even though he was a team player, a great team player, he knew that he has to, share in order to succeed. Still, he was thinking about himself. He can talk.
Sure.
The player, there is no way the best. I mentioned Dimitris Itoudis. He was just passing. At one moment, Jerry could tell him, we brought you over here to make some baskets as well. He said, okay, I want to make everybody happy. Yeah, but you got to make me happy also, So the players are thinking individual. They do have personal agendas. If you can manage to bring him under the same umbrella and say, you know, you do have your personal agenda, but that you cannot, you know, get out of the, we say over here in Greek language, you know, like you're gonna look like the fly in the milk or the fly in the yogurt, like this is a black part into a white environment. So if you can manage these personal agendas to bring it under the same umbrella and the same cause, you succeed. Otherwise, they will be kicked out, these individuals, that they harm the common picture by the same team. I had this case, which I had to work with. An exceptional individual that he had, not his personal agenda, but he was going through difficulties, which, by the way, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, I was not aware. I was not aware in his personal life that he was living a drama. I was not aware the obligations he was committed into that was affecting his daily performance. And his mind was elsewhere. I could go strong on him, I could go like this with him, but it didn't work. So until I dig into and I find out his insight, inside was saying something else, and then my approach changed in order to help him to become a part of this.
Very successful.
Yeah. For me, first thing that you have to tell them is he's not successful yet. He's part of the team. For the good and for the bad. What it means. And I'm going to put a clear example.
Yes. And supposedly we have a star on the team.
Okay. Everybody knows here that I coach Luka Doncic. Luka is a great start. Great player. Probably one of the best players. Practice first day. The first one who put him on the right path was the rest of the team. And you know why he is a great player? Because he understood from the first day that he was part of that team. He was not successful yet. He was just part of that team. And back on those days, if I have to tell you somebody that it was great for Luka's success on his following years that we all know now, it was Felipe Reyes. Team captain at that time. Ex-player in Spain, national team player, well-respected. Probably not the most talented player of my team. I had Chacho, I had Yul, I had Rudy, I had Carroll. No one expected Felipe to step up, but he was very important for the team as a captain. He was a leader. And Luka Doncic was for sure a better and the most talented player coming up out of our youth program. He has to understand that he is getting into the team with the good things and with the bad things. And everybody treat him that way from the first day. And if somebody has to help, somebody need to tell Luka something to get him better, first one was is the one that is going to push that player to be successful. Not only him coming here and coming to practice and saying, I'm very good, I'm Luka Doncic, so I will play good. No, the whole team will make him understand that he was very good, but very good for the team. And this is something that he will carry on his career forever. And that's what he's loved.
And how do you get into that as a coach?
Okay, as a coach, a lot of times, it's better not to be in the middle.
It's better?
Not to be in the middle. Don't interrupt that. Don't force that situation. It's better that his own teammates handle that. If they're not handling it on the right way, for sure you have to somehow step up. But on my case, and I'm putting the example of Luka, I think it was very important that the whole team was pushing him on the right way. That made my job easier, knowing that if it wouldn't be like this, then I have to jump on it. And for sure, you have to try to help that young player to become the best player possible. And for sure, the job of the coach will be there, and it's important to make him understand where he is, where he needs to do everything. But it's very important that the teammates are committed into that situation. That's where I always praise Luka's teammates to make Luka become the great player that he is now.
Dimitri?
Well, how you handle that, that's challenging, what you're saying now. It is challenging because we're talking about kids that, or young people that they have big wealth in their bank account, recognition that Xavi hates, a lot of distractions, but you want him to be, on board. You want him to be a basketball player. And as a coach, I witnessed that I don't challenge only players because I like to challenge players on the court. I challenge them all the time, daily basis. But they will bring you the solution lots of times if they want to be exceptional of something, like they want to say, I'm the man, and you got to have a special treatment with me. So they're going to give you the answers on the court, why we do that. Because there are players that they ask now, we need to find the why. The how, we're going to find it in a way, but why, it's also important to be explained. Why we do this difference, why we do this, why I'm going to bring you from the bench, why I put you now, why I took you out. There are many whys to be answered. And at the end of the day, you're going to coach that kid or that young individual with examples and, with the experience you have from other tenures you've been a part of. A lot of times his legacy is running ahead of him, and he's being hired or ahead of him or ahead of me or whatever. So they've been handled great individuals with a different way, and at the end they brought it all under the same cause and under the same target, and they have won. They went through difficulties. We went through difficulties. And their legacy is now running off, and that's why they're ahead of them, and that's why they're being hired, because they've been handled situations, highly risked situations, and they have led clubs with. It's not only Pablo Laso. It is Pablo Laso now, but it's Pablo Laso, coach of Baskonia. All right, so it is important. This individual that he believes that he's an exceptional, he believes that he's already successful, to come to talk to the coach. Everybody needs to be coached, including those great stars. LeBron needs to be coached, and then you're going to have the best. Michael Jordan, that he was one of the best, he needs to be coached.
Mentioning that I had the chance and that they can do it by themselves or they have learned everything in their lives, they were always accepting to be coachable by someone. So that was an important.
Therefore, by giving this, I'll give you an example and a true story. I was with Detroit Pistons in the summer league. We had to go and play in Miami with Miami Heats. And at that moment, the summer before, actually the season before, Miami was the NBA winners, and United States had won the gold medal. And everything, we had a preparation, and that's a scrimmage game. That's actually an exhibition game. It's a friendly game, as they used to say. So we expect that, United States just finished their obligation, and now they have to play with Detroit Pistons again. So probably LeBron will rest. On the contrary, LeBron was not resting on the friendly game. It was the first game in front of their crowd in Miami, and they were killing us, Detroit, by 20, and then he hits the floor once and said, let's play some fucking defense, excuse me my language. So what kind of a problem each of us coach or the management would have had with this kind of a leader? He leads by example. He leads by being first. He's MVP over there, he's MVP over there. He had won this title, that title, and that title, and in exhibition game he is first. And with plus 20, he doesn't ask for a substitution because he felt hurt. He enjoys of what he's doing, leading his teammates. And that's the second story that when I asked one of our coaches, Paul Lester, like, what was your best practice? He says, the best practice was after we'd been kicked by Boston by 20 or 30. We had sit the players like on the video for an hour and a half, analyzing, criticizing, analyzing, criticizing, you know, the players are going after that 1.5 hour. Now what kind of a practice we're gonna do? And LeBron, like, just listen to all this, grabs the ball of an assistant coach and goes and dunks the ball with no warm-up, with no stretching. He says, let's have a good, motherfuckers, let's have a good one. So what kind of a problem are you gonna have with such a leader, you know, that he pretty much takes it from the coach and brings it to the pack, and then the pack is following because he's leading, the other has to be a followers.
Clear enough. Xavi, have you ever realized that you need to learn maybe something that in the past helped you, that once was really important to you, but is not any longer serving you?
I'm not sure about this. Okay, always I'm trying to learn from everybody. For me, every day is one lesson in all the sports, basketball for sure, in all the levels for sure, but also in another sports I put attention about details of football or tennis or mentalities, everything. Everything is one lesson. I saw the people over here, how somebody behave, how somebody is relaxed, how somebody cross the legs, somebody is like this, like protection, somebody, you know, I put attention about everything. Everything for me is one opportunity to be better. And also how many mistakes I did in the past, you know, and now I am another part of the process. I am not another person, and I took everything in the way that I have to took. You understand? So we are evolution, and we cannot look behind too much about anything, you know.
Dimitris, I have this question, me myself, okay? How can you stay in a better way compared to how you started? Because there's a famous quote that says, the wolf that tries to conquer a mountain is more hungry than the one descending it. So how do you handle this career with so many trophies so far, but also staying hungry, staying the one to keep ascending the mountain?
Waking up every morning, being happy that you're going to go coach players, being happy that you're going to go face problems, that you got to solve situations, being happy with what you're doing, being happy that you want to go and climb another mountain. You said about one wolf that he already descended and he conquered that mountain, but I see another one behind that. You see, there is another one behind that. So, and there is another one behind that probably if I reach that top. And then there's going to be another one behind that top. And then probably it's going to be downhill. Because you didn't manage well, you know, your shoes are not good enough and you might fall. And then it's another one downhill that you might fall again, even deeper. So you said, I climbed 3, but I fall 5. So I need to race again. So I need to get back in track. So you're going to fall 8 times, you're going to raise up 9, and you're going to say, hell with that, I'm moving on. I did the same in one podcast with a successful actor and editor. He asked me the same, okay, one title, the second title, third title, this individual, I don't know, man is success, this, what you continue? I said, why you continue? Why you keep writing? You had a bestseller, am I right?
Yes.
Can I turn the question to you? Why you are writing now your second book?
It doesn't mean anything to me, the best-selling book.
No, you see, but you're writing the second one. Because you feel you have to give back. And you feel that you still have in your tank. So you pretty much, you want to share, you want to give back.
This is what you feel after one really, really successful year by taking the decision back in December, which was quite tough. But right now, you managed something remarkable with your team in Israel. So this is, you reply with this by staying hungry even on difficult periods?
100%. That's just the start. If we go particularly to Hapoel now that we managed after, I don't know, with a great effort or everything to get back in EuroLeague, who we are in EuroLeague, like, you know? Well, that's a challenge I took And I said to my family and to my colleagues that that's a challenge for me to get a team that is not successful and try to bring it to the big league, to the big boys, and then see how many punches we're ready to get. The resilience we're going to have and the knowledge we're going to gain is going to keep us more hungry and more hungry. Obviously, when you win, you're happy and everything, as everybody says. But who is to be and get one that is going to, wake up in the morning and say, I'm happy and I'm going to do it again and again and again. The moment, me personally, if I woke up in the morning and said, listen, how can I go on after the job or something?
Yeah.
I better stop. Yeah. I better don't go and share that. My position is too important to not have that fire or that desire. That's what wakes me up, keeps me awake, and as I said, because you start with this question, what is success? What means like you also you reach the success and now what? You getting out and you relax, you retired, you're looking back to the albums or to the videos. I never watched some of those games we played and it brought us the trophies because life evolves. If I stop or if I relax, the young coaches, they're gonna get by me and they're gonna become better. So if I want to compete, then I have to compete with myself. I have to compete with myself, the potential I have as a person, as an individual, as a player, as a GM, as a journalist, as a writer, as a speaker. I have to fight with the potential I have as a person.
Totally, yes. Pablo, how do you define success right now compared to your 30s?
Okay. For me, success is going to practice every day. As simple as this. When I wake up, turn on the radio, get a coffee, and know that I have a practice. For me, this is success. And I assume that it's my success. My success of flying to Athens, be with you here, have preseason, then we will start preseason, and then we will play this game, we will play the other game, we will go to this hotel. I was in Barcelona on Monday night. I asked for the same room number that here in Athens, so Pablo's pretty stupid, but this is my success.
But the hotel has no numbers. But the hotel has no numbers.
Has only names.
Has only names. So for me, it's my success.
Right now, compared to your 30s when you were 30 years old, how did you define success back then? Or nothing has changed?
Different, true. Different. Because when I was 30, I was still playing.
Yeah.
And success for me at that moment, it was different. For example, when I was 16 and I started playing in Vitoria, I wanted to play for Baskonia. Then from Baskonia, I wanted to play on the national team. Then when I play on the national team, okay, let's play, let's see if I can play on this team, blah, 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 blah. Then I have to think about if I want to coach or not coach. So you have different goals. But right now, probably because I'm getting old and because I'm losing hair, my success is get up in the morning and go to work on the way that I've been doing it for years.
When you were 30, would you ever imagine that you would describe success as
No.
I think this is a key takeaway for all of us.
No. With 30, no. Probably experience gives you the solution of what is going to become your success. The experience of family, the experience of see your sons grow up, live the life that you wanted, finding the things that make you happy, it's part of your success. And this is not easy. But for me, it's very important. And like I said, and I said the word experience, because, and you asked the right question, with 30, it was totally different. But experience gives you Probably Dimitris 25 years ago never coached CSKA, and then we will win the EuroLeague in Vitoria. He will go like. So this is something that we need to find. We need to find our self-success. And this is something that it's difficult, and experience can help you to do the way on the right way, let's say, on the right way.
Xavi, what has failure taught you so far that success never could?
That success?
Never could teach you. What has failure taught you so far that maybe success could never give to you?
I don't know, Dimitris, for you. I don't know what to say.
I don't know how you define the failure or success. You guys see and define what were your failures. What was the failure? This season, that friendship, and then maybe when the success covers a lot of things. Covers a win can cover a lot of weaknesses.
Like that.
Yeah.
That success covers.
And that's the main trap.
And that's the main trap, maybe. Yeah. You asked me about the trap?
You have to define what were your failures, and then you might be able to answer to what Apostolos just said. What the failure had taught you that success could not.
I don't know. Everyone is coached for one reason. There is some of you that you are coaches because you want to win. Some of you that you are coaches because you want to improve players. Me, I'm coach because I like to see my opponent. I like to study my opponent. I like to know my team and to say, Eureka, like, and to go to the court to prepare and to be able to win. I learn more or less similar from wins and from losses. Because after that, I review the games and I said, okay, sometimes I'm winning, okay, without to follow the plan, let's say, and the plan was wrong, but despite the fact of the plan, I won, So I learn a lot, and sometimes I'm losing, but the plan was correct. So I try to put one point of view a little bit different. Aside, did you like your preparation game? You could do something different before? And if the answer is no, after that I cannot regret about what I did because the game was in one direction or in another direction. No? But after that I realized the game, winning or losing, and I said, okay, I was right, I was wrong, I was this, that. Okay, we talked this morning about Pablo. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but sometimes we were amazing tactically. But their players was scoring like crazy and I lost. And also sometimes Pablo prepared incredible, but Navarro was scoring crazy. To say Navarro because we were talking, or Pete Michael or Lorbeck or whoever, and he was losing, but their tactics was perfect. So success or not, as a coach, I think we have to be out of to win or to lose, and to learn, we must be out of to win or to lose. It's about, because we have not one joystick, for the players now, shoot, boom, basket, no. We try to, so everything, we have our part of responsibility, but everything is a little bit more relative, let's say, no? It's not so win or lose. The point of view of the coach must be in another position, from my point of view.
Dimitris, if you could use this machine and transfer yourself and go back in time, if there was something that you would say to your 25-year-old self with the experience that you have right now, what would you say to him, to the 25-year-old person, to the 25-year-old coach, with the experience that you have now? One sentence, maybe. 2 sentences.
Oh, you guys, you do it even more difficult. Now I'm ready to answer, and then you put 1 sentence. Come on. It's like, oh, give us the best player. You're like, why 1 player? Goddamn. I coach 1,000. Like, why 1 player? I give us 5. Why 5? I don't know if I can give it one sentence, but for me, and you know, they said pretty great things. I find out downstretch that having a friend, having a real friend that can talk to your ear on your mistakes, not basketball mistakes, life mistakes.
Yeah.
Having a friend that you can rely on, having a friend that he can give you a different perception of what life is and how you can get up from your lowest part or whatever your feelings were, you know, really, really low because you have witnessed some kind of disappointment, and then you have a friend on your side that will tell you, you know, you're just a human being. Let's see what your mistakes are, so let's make a restart. So having a real friend is very important and unique. I realize that having a friend is very unique in this job, that is very competitive. You know, you put us over there in the cage, or you see me and Xavi now to coach two teams. If I say something, Xavi might do it just, and then I will do, then we're going to fight during the game. At the end, we're going to go drink wine, but still we're going to be very competitive. What I would say to the 25 years old guy, I will say, you know, you're gonna work in public, you're gonna work and being exposed out there. So get rid of yourself as soon as possible. Get rid of yourself to your life, or at least support those ideas you have had, as you said before in the question you said to Pablo. What was this that you would keep? What was this that you would throw? Yet there are some standards you have with yourself. And downstairs you did mistakes, and now you want to bring them back to life. So if I can closure it, I would say to the 25 years old, let not have regrets. Bring all your talents, bring all the ideas, bring all the effort in. Because there is this quote that they said, imagine you've been 100 years old, you have lived your life, and now you're in the deathbed, ready to leave that world, am I right? And you see ghosts around your bed. And whatever the ghosts are those that are losing ideas or the talents you have had, and the ghosts are talking to you and said, motherfucker, we came to you during your life to bring us in life, and now we have to go with you. So I would say to the coaches and to everybody, do not have regrets. Go to your head coaches and assistants and bring that idea, suggest them that. Go and try to the court this idea, go to and apologize. You know, go to apologize, that's also human. In front of the fans, in front of the players, you do mistakes as well. Do not have regrets.
Another quote that I have read says the following: God's gift to us is potential, and our gift to God is to make it happen and capitalize that potential. Pablo, reaching in some minutes the closer of our discussion, so some last questions. When the spotlight fades away, when the arena is empty, have you ever thought, how would you like your players to remember, what your players to remember about you?
I would love my players will remember me as a supporter of them. Finished. When I see Luka Doncic in 25 years, I don't think Luka will play. Me, I already quit playing. But in 25 years, if I have a bigger side, I'm not going to work against them. I'm not going to work against my players. They want the same thing that I do. So why, even if I criticize them, why I should have it against them, against me, against the team, against the same objective? So I will go with the first phrase that I told you. In 25 years, I would love them to say, Pablo was on my side, and I would love him that they think on Pablo, on somebody who supported them from the first day that we were together.
A question to all of you. What is your why? After these years of being in the field, what is the motivation factor behind that? What is your why? With capital letters, W-H-Y.
It's my life. Period.
Done.
The same. Yes, it's our life. It's like this, you know. Yeah.
I will say teaching, and I'm so glad when I see players evolve in their life, becoming fathers, bringing life, and they were just young kids, and now they became something. So, and the teaching point was there, and the influence I had to their lives was enormous. And just to say about what you asked to Pablo, I would like to say to the players that they gave me this opportunity to teach them and to evolve together. So teaching is important.
If yes, which is that dream or that goal?
I accomplish all my dreams.
Whoa.
You're complete?
That's a powerful enough.
Sincerely. I enjoy what I do, and that was my dream.
I think it's the first time of my life that I hear someone saying that at that level.
Should I leave?
I think it's totally inspiring.
But it's true. I enjoy my life, so I accomplish everything that I wanted. What should I expect? I'm living my dream. Thank you.
Dimitris?
Well, now you have to say something better than mine.
No, I don't know if I know that I influence people's life, and that makes me have even bigger burden in order to, fulfill expectations and not to fail people. So, and that's a burden. But at the same time, is a privilege to know that you do influence people's life in this way or that life. It's not the easiest way to work with me, but I will be always fair, and everybody will have opportunities with me. Everybody will have his own chance to show what is important, what he can do, what he can accomplish on the court. It will be tough. My way will be tough, but it will be fair. So I don't know if I accomplish all the things that what has been out there for me to accomplish, but I'm ready to give back. So I would say that if I accomplish something, now I'm in the position to give back. If it's that to the society, to the young coaches, to the union, definitely to my family, to the people that they stood by me, and that's already a winning or a success if we're coming back to our main topic. If I'm able to give back,
exactly,
it means that pretty much I did something out there.
Xavi, is there still a goal, a dream, or something to be achieved?
I need to think. I need to find myself. After these 5 years, especially after the last 3 without EuroLeague, it's like there is one moment that, not exactly that I lose myself, that is not true, but it's true that I want to recover myself again. Like to make one restart.
Beautiful.
And this is the point that I am now in this moment. I want to calm down and to start again.
Pablo, he's been missing us.
Yes, of course. Okay, I will enjoy from television and everything, you know. No, I don't know. You understand? I am in one moment that I need to understand exactly what is next. And now the worst is that the people that love me, they are asking to me, okay, you don't know, but if you have to choose something, what do you want to do? And I'm not sure.
Beautiful.
So I want to be honest, I need to find inside of me this answer, and when I will have this answer, I will be ready to understand what is
Wish you all the
next.
best. Final one. Okay, it's not a question. Let's see if we can complete this phrase that we started with today. And thanks a lot for the fruitful and constructive discussion. I learned a lot from you. I totally admire all of you.
Thank you very much.
Nothing feels like success unless, complete the sentence. And let's close with that.
Come on.
No, you're the president. I have a lot of respect for you.
That's why I have to talk last. The president gives the last vote, you know. That's a privilege.
Nothing fails like success
Unless
you success every day.
The success?
Every day.
I don't know.
No? If you success every day,
Okay.
nothing fails.
I cannot improve this answer. Mr. President, I am out of this.
Boy. So nothing fails like success unless you got rid of yourself. All right?
Xavi?
Then
No, I don't have answer.
then you can move on.
No. I don't have answer.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.